She looks through the books. She pokes her head back around the divider, and she's like, I'm sorry, honey. Apparently, nobody's had an interest in that in a long time. In Bassenport, that is. His voice is killing me. Is there anything else I can help you with?
There a book? Is there another book that you could have that?
I pull out the bracer. Do you perchance have any books that showed an image that looks like this?
May I touch it?
I wouldn't.
Oh. You want a book about it?
Yes, or that might mention it.
She goes over to one of the dividers. This one is the history section. She starts looking back at the bracer occasionally, pulls out a book, flips through a few pages, bites her finger for a second. There is an old tale about an ancient society of people made completely out of mana.
Oh, one moment.
Would you
Umodians? Umodians?
The Umodians, yes, that's what it is. Apparently they had special devices, devices that were used for good and then some not so good. This bracer, the symbol on it, is an Umodian symbol for, demons.
Thank you. I tip her a gold piece for the information.
If only more people would look to knowledge the way you boys have. Yes, the kobold had a question. What can I help you with, dear?
Would you happen to have a book that could teach me wisdom or intelligence?
All books do that, Nick.
Yes, but one that could specifically enhance my wisdom, as I feel I may struggle a little bit in that area of society.
She goes over to one of the sections, not MISC, probably like a how-to section or something like that. And,
how-to wisdom.
And she scrolls through. She starts at the very top. She doesn't move her head, she just moves her eyes and just starts looking slowly over all the books. It takes like 10 minutes. And she eventually pulls out a book and hands it to you and says, "This book was given to me by my father 200 years ago." I'm just kidding, I'm not that old. It was given to me.
I believe her too.
She was given to me by my father, and he once told me that if I read a book every day, I would become smarter in every way. So I believe...
My character just busts out laughing at that. For some reason, just finds that hilarious.
I elbow him. Like, knock it off.
You kneel down for a moment, elbow him, and then get back up.
I guess I knee him then, just like sort of...
She says, "Anyway, is that all?"
Also, I've heard some legends about a squid that haunts these waters.
Yes.
What do you know about that?
Well,
Everil just gets this like gleam in his eye. Something dangerous to hunt.
there's rumors that there is a large purple creature underneath the lagoon on Shawbridge, and once every 100 years or so, the creature comes up and blesses the people of Bassenport with a whole new trade. I've never been around to see it, but I hear it's magnificent. There's actually a day that celebrates the purple creature every year.
So the creature gives you a new trade?
Yes, it gives us something we didn't have before that we can now trade with the outside world. Again, I've never seen it
What is it?
happen.
What did it give you last time?
I believe it was bread.
So this creature is your god.
Not really. I mean, it does get angry sometimes. That's the rumor anyway. I've never seen it myself, and I've been around a while. Winks at you.
So when's it gonna happen again, this 100-year period?
Oh, it shouldn't happen for another 50 years, but the holiday's coming up in about a month.
Alright.
So, how much would it be for that book then?
Oh, yes, of course. I'll ring you up over at the desk. She slowly struts
Can I just
back
give
over
you a
the
gold
desk.
piece for it? Is that fine?
That would be fine. So the book she gives you is a journal from a man, by the name of Lester Rachel.
Lester Rachel?
Yes. The Philosophies of Lester Rachel. And it essentially is it begins almost as like a diary, but then slowly over time he begins to write more like he is writing a manifesto for his life. And yeah. As you guys are like walking out of the library, she yells back and says, "Don't read it too fast! I wouldn't want you to become too smart now!" And yeah, you guys walk out of the library. So, what do you want to do now with your gained bookage?
Well, I picked the first spot, so Everhill, I leave this up to you.
Let us head to the Sawbridge Lagoon. Let's progress the story. I don't really have anything I need to buy.
Alright. You guys head to Sawbridge Lagoon. Yeah, the lagoon itself is a pretty big lake. Like you can see on the map, it's pretty large. You can see boats coming in occasionally. There doesn't seem to be too much business going on right now. The actual area that people are sitting at is one pier, where there is a couple of people, maybe 10, just doing their thing, fishing, bringing in fish. There's like kids with buckets running back into town with like fish in their buckets, and they're flopping about. And this is a pretty busy area of the town.
Alright, I'll look to see if I see Bill and Ted around.
Okay. Perception check.
Boo-ba-doo. 10. I rolled a 3. But you got that perception modifier that brings it all the way back up to a 10.
So, you guys are pretty convinced that Bill and Ted aren't here, if they are in Bassenport. This area is for mainly older people and kids. You do see, an older human. You see an older dwarf. You see a couple of older elves that maybe were once on guard patrol. But yeah, it's for the most part you don't see
so
those
do you know
two specific people.
Lord Boris, do you remember who we're looking for here?
We're looking for Bill and Ted, right? And we're looking for their uncle.
What was the name the dwarf gave us from the tower?
Oh, what was the name? It was Farlord.
In Farlord?
I believe so, yeah. It was something along those lines.
Yeah.
So I approached the group of older people. Excuse me, does anyone here have a nephew named Bill or Ted? I don't remember which one was. Has anyone seen a group of two elves wander through named Bill and Ted? One of them has an uncle in town.
A elderly black man just like nods. He like points down the pier, and you see at the very end of the pier, you see 3 people. One is dancing. One is sitting on the very edge of the pier, and the other is staring at the man dancing.
One of them looks like a dwarf. He just says, down there, mate.
Alright, I head that way.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Alright. Get to the very end of the pier. You see a probably elderly dwarf sitting at the end of the pier, legs crossed, fishing rod in the water, just trying to ignore what's going on. On the other end, where he's sitting, you see a younger guy, like a younger elf guy, who is at the end of the pier and occasionally doing like a yoga move here or doing like a hip hop dance there. And there's a human older man staring at him in disbelief as he does this.
Alright.
Well,
Hello. Good day to you.
The human looks at you. Well, what can I do for you fellas?
I'm looking for Bill and Ted. I heard their uncle or they were down here.
Oh, Bill. Yeah, my nephew's name is Bill. How do you know him?
We met him at Caldera. What was the elven village's name?
Cain Alari.
Cain Alari.
That's what Iwan says.
Met him at Cain Alari.
Oh, that's right. This wouldn't be a human. This would be an elf. Never mind. So yeah, the elf holds out his hand to shake yours. Yeah, I'm a Jim.
Jim?
I'm one of the many Jims.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Jims in
I
town.
shake his hand.
Jim?
He shakes the kobold's hand. He shakes Iwan's hand, and Iwan like looks at him nervously, like, oh, because Jim's like a big dude. Jim's got pretty muscular for an older man. He's got a pretty muscular body, and he's like, so.
Yeah, but I'm a werewolf. I got this.
What do you? What brings you to Bassingport?
We're traveling on through to. I keep looking through my notes. To Still Fair, but I told your nephew I would meet him here. So, have you seen him recently?
As you say that, you hear a voice from behind Jim say, "The better question is, what are you doing at the Starbridge Lagoon? Are you the purple creature?" And you see the skinny elf run up to you, and he starts doing like a little pixie motion by your nose.
As you can see, I am clearly not purple.
Take off your disguise, creature! And he starts pulling at your nose.
This is my face.
Damn it! I thought for sure you were the one beckoning me. And then he goes back over, and you can see he has a little mat placed down at the end of the pier, and he starts doing his yoga moves again. This time much more quickly.
Is he trying to summon a creature or something?
Jim's like, I've been watching this guy for a while. I don't actually know how he got into town, but apparently some fucker let him in. He's just been
Probably that dude
doing
who's
this
defending
for
the town with
7
rocks.
straight days.
7 straight days.
Yeah.
Dang.
He's calling himself Blanks. For obvious
Blank?
reasons.
Blanks. Calling himself Blanks.
Yeah.
Interesting mindset.
So, as I was saying earlier, have you seen your nephew around recently?
No, I did get a letter a couple weeks ago saying that he wanted to visit, but I haven't seen him.
That's weird. He said he would meet us here.
Bill said he would meet you here.
Yes.
Huh. Last I checked, he was doing some guard duty up at, like you said, Cain Alari.
No, I know. And he said he would meet us here. We formed a band.
Oh, you do music?
Yep.
I'm the manager.
Oh.
He is indeed.
Well, it seems like that's going to be a pretty good business venture for you folks. If I see my nephew, I'll say it's quite concerning. I haven't seen him, considering what you've told me, but if I see him, I'll definitely let you know. How long are you staying in Bassingport?
A night or two.
Okay.
Just passing through, though.
Well, where are you staying? I'll keep track for you.
I turn to Iwan. Where do you stay when you come to town?
Well, typically I stay at the inn, the Longing Heart, but, usually I don't really stay the night. This place kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies.
We'll probably be at the Longing Heart Inn.
Alright, well, if I see Bill, or what was the other one?
Ted.
Ah, yes, Ted. If I see Bill or Ted, I'll let you know and tell them where to find you. Anyway, it was good to meet you, both of you.
Good to meet you, too.
And I'm sorry you had to meet Blanks.
Yes, sorry indeed.
At this point, Blanks is currently... His back is doing like a complete 90-degree angle, and he's just hip thrusting into the sky.
I approach Blanks. So
Okay.
what exactly are you trying to accomplish here?
His back goes straight in like a millisecond, and he's like, "The purple demon calls to me, and I thought for sure that maybe you were a messenger."
So I could be, for all I know, he's in that bracelet.
Bracelet, you say?
I wasn't saying that
Oh,
out loud.
okay.
I was just saying that to, like, you guys.
He points his body towards the water, and he says, "The ship sinker will come to me when I need him most. I just came a little," he says.
Okay,
That wasn't
then.
Dylan. That was him.
I turn around and walk away.
Okay.
We should head to the inn, see if they have any jobs for us while we wait to see if Bill and Ted show up.
Also, check out the Lusty's Joey Delights potential.
Yes, we could do that too.
Iwan says, "Yes, those dewy delights are so delectable."
Let's go get lunch at Lusty's, and then we can head to the inn.
Okay. So you guys head over to Lusty's Doughy Delights. Iwan finally seems a bit like less on edge as he knocks on the door, and he opens it, and you hear a little cling, cling as it opens. And you see behind a counter, and this looks like a diner kind of. See behind a counter with an apron on, standing on a stool. You see a male halfling with a baker hat on and all that good stuff. And he says, "Oh, Lonzi, we have business. Oh my gosh, it's Iwan. I can't believe it." And Iwan's like, "Of course I'd come back to the best baker in all the land. You, my friend, are the reason why I always come back here, I swear." That and the business, of course.
I hear you make this fascinating thing called pizza.
Oh, yes, I try my best. We were gifted a couple years back. This whole place was gifted with the ability to make bread. And using that, I decided to take it a step further. And now, using a thing I like to call my secret sauce and a bit of cheheze, I have created a substance like no other.
You mean cheese?
Cheese, is that what they call it where you're from, traveler?
Sort of yellow?
Yes, cheheze. Oh, sorry, cheese. We've got some in the back. Would you like a pizza pie?
Yes.
Why not?
2 pizzas. Maybe 3.
Two should be enough for the three of us.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be right back. And you see him get off his stool, and he runs, arms waving in the air as he runs back into the kitchen here. "Lonzi, get on it! 3 pizzas!"
I said
Also,
two!
get me some alcohol.
So they work on that. Iwan sits down at the counter, and he's like, "This place is the best."
Yeah, a little concerned about the nothing. Never mind. Oh, the way he says that cheese.
Oh, cheheze. Yeah, I think it's a halfling thing.
Yeah,
They don't have a lot of the things we have in his neck of the woods.
No issue. I said no issue. We'll just wait for the.
Okay. You guys sit down. A couple people walk in. A man who looks like Idris Elba walks in. He has a cowboy hat on, and he's got like one of those classic like hay strings in his mouth, and he's like, "Where's Lusty when you need him?" And you hear Lusty from the back, like, "Oh, just a minute!" And he's like, he walks up to the counter. He doesn't sit down. He just leans over and he's like, just nods at you three. You see Iwan all of a sudden much more nervous.
Who's that, Iwan?
Oh, he whispers to you. He's like,
We're speaking in Sylvan, so they can't understand us.
ah, nice. Okay, so in Sylvan, he says, That's Volaron. Oh my god. Volramon.
Ramon.
Of course.
You don't know this.
Of course,
You're not
but
speaking
when
your
he
language.
says the name, he says it in common because there's no Elvish translation. So he says Volramon. So Volramon looks over at you two and he's like, talking about me? It's okay. A lot of people do. And then he looks back. Lusty, where's my damn pizza? And Lusty comes out with a tray, or not a tray. He would come out with a bag, and he gets back up on his stool and he slides it over and he's like, "There's your pizza. Come back anytime, Vol." And he's like, "Of course." And Vol gets up. He looks at Lord Boris before he walks out and he says, "Do I know you from somewhere?"
This Iwan never finished what Volmon was? Volamon?
When Volramon interrupted him, he would have stopped.
Alright.
Was it the Idris Elba person who came up to me?
Cowboy Idris Elba. He just looks at you and he's like, I feel like I know you from somewhere.
You probably do. I travel quite a bit. I'm rich.
Rich, huh? And he just looks at you for a second, a bit too long, and then he turns and he walks towards the door. And Iwan's just, as soon as the door closes, I was just like, oh my god, that guy's terrifying.
Not really.
I didn't think so.
Dude, he runs one of the gangs here. That man is a menace.
No, I probably shouldn't have told him I was rich then.
Bro, where does he recognize you from?
Maybe he's one of the people who burned down your estate.
He could have been hired to do that, potentially, yeah. I don't know what quarrel I could have with him.
Well, we better just be on alert for the rest of the time we're here.
Yeah, seriously.
Proper.
Yeah, and about that time, Lusty comes out. He and another halfling, this one female and younger, both holding trays. They place, you wanted 2 pizzas, right?
Yeah.
He puts down 2 pizzas and he says, fresh out of the oven, folks. That'll be 10 gold. And Iwan puts his hand up before anyone pays and he says, I'll cover this one since I said we should come here. So Iwan puts 10 gold on the table.
And how much for a nice bottle of wine, if you have it?
Oh, well, I don't have any wine here, but if you were looking for alcohol, I'm sure they'd have some at the inn, the Longheart, just down the road. I could get you some water.
No, thank you. I dislike water.
Oh, well, of course. Anything else I can get you, fellas?
That'll be it for me.
We're good, thank you. Thank you.
Iwan looks down, at the halfling and he goes, Lusty, why do you still serve that guy? Pointing towards the door. He's like,
You can't not in
Protection
this
fees.
town.
I just say protection fees.
Yeah, they don't really protect us, but they do. They don't attack us, I guess I should say. That guy, he's got a
that
bit
is
of
where
a
protection.
he's got a bit of a rough personality, and one time, well, I don't like to talk about it. I may have said a few words I shouldn't have, and well, my son got the worst of it.
Iwan just nods and starts eating the pizza. Feels like he offended him somehow.
Anyway, is there anything else I can get you? Otherwise, I'm head back in, make a few extra pies for the night.
We're good, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you.
Just nods his, tips his cap, and then heads back into the kitchen. And the daughter is standing on another stool, leaning up on the counter, like fists below her chin, just staring at Lord Boris. She has never seen anything like this before. Her eyes are just wide, like, ah.
I kind of notice her looking and look back for a moment, but then look back because I'm used to people staring.
You're famous. And yeah, that's you guys, I assume, eat your food and then head out.
Yep.
So the next place you wanted to go was the inn.
Yes.
And at this point, it's probably close to like 4, maybe 5 p.m. So, you could go to sleep soon. And you head inside the inn. The inn is designed like a Chinese temple. Like, it's got a lot of... I mean, I'm white, so I don't know what the fucking code words are for these things. But it's got like... It's like an Asian restaurant, I guess. Chinese restaurant, I mean, not Asian. And yeah, you guys head inside. You see a Chinese-looking man behind a counter, and he bows to you.
I don't bow back.
Boris specifically does not bow back.
I nod my head.
Iwan says, Chin, these are a couple of my friends. We're looking to see if we could stay the night. Maybe 2. Chin just nods, walks over to a piece of paper, writes some stuff down really quickly, and then spins the book around, and then points to a place where you all should sign your names.
I'll sign.
I sign as well.
Iwan signs his name. And then he spins it back around, and then he himself spins around and points at a board where it says 10 gold per night. Iwan goes to his pockets but then pulls them out and dust falls out. Oh yeah, I may have spent all my money on the pizza.
Lord Boris?
I can cover you, Erwin, for the night. Do you need money to...
Is it 10 coins for a room or 10 coins per all of us?
He points at the word that says room.
Okay. Do you want to cover both?
do a room? Can we fit in one room, would you say?
Iwan's like, I've spent the night in one of these rooms, and it might be best if we split up, but I mean, we could definitely fit. It just might not be completely comfortable.
Safety in numbers, though.
True. Very true.
I can cover us for tonight, at least. It'd be 30 gold.
Do we want one room or multiple?
We can have multiple rooms. I want to have some privacy and read for a bit.
Nice.
All right.
So you pay 30 gold?
30 gold, yep.
All right. So he takes your gold, puts it in a large sack, and then just points towards a hallway.
Thank you. I was wondering, have you heard any rumors about people looking for adventurers to help them with some work around town?
He just stares at you, and Iwan's like, he's not the most talkative guy.
Do you have a bounty board nearby where people might request work done?
He squints his eyes, looks over to a wall on the right side of the building where there's just pieces of paper pinned all over it. There's
I go look at
various shit wanted bounties, jobs people need done, disappearing kids, stuff like that.
Disappearing kids?
Yeah, not even missing kids. Kids that can disappear on command.
I go look to see if there's anything we would
roll
want.
me a d20.
Okay. 16.
Okay. You...
Is there a bonus you want me to add to it?
No. The first thing that catches your eye is a notice from the guards in town about one of the houses on like Laird Lane or something like that, some fucking road, is currently infested by a family of badgers. And the family that owns the house is unable to live in the house right now and is looking for some adventurous types to come clear the badgers out.
All right.
And they're offering
Anything else?
about 140 gold for that.
Do I notice anything else?
Roll me another d20. Okay.
17.
This might be my favorite one. So there is a message written in handwriting. Obviously all of them are, but this is like specifically a note, like a letter to someone about a mysterious lizard folk who traveled through Bassonport with a large creature, and the creature held luggage on it, and they believe that the lizard folk came through and stole a bunch of things, and there's like a notice about, has anyone seen this lizard folk? We're looking for him. I need my stuff back.
Is there any information? Or is it just...
The date on it is a couple of days ago, but the info is essentially, it's almost purposely vague.
Does it say who's sending it?
I think it would. It would say that. It would say Azon is sending it. Yeah, I would just say Azon.
All right. Backing over, I went in Lord Boris. I found 2 jobs that could be interesting. Clear out a family of badgers for 140 gold. There's also a quest to help this Azon find his stuff that could have been stolen from him by a lizard folk.
We just had to clear out some badgers for that first job?
Yes.
That seems like simple enough work. We shouldn't get involved in anything crazy, since we're just passing through.
True. Alright, let's go clear out those badgers.
Seems like a plan. Or sounds like a plan.
So do you guys want to do that now, or do you want to rest for the night first?
It's only 4, right? Let's just go do it now.
Okay. So you guys probably head to the guard post. As you guys enter, the building is like a dirt shack, and inside there's 2 elves. One is sitting like sitting on the ground, knees like they're kneeling on the ground, I mean. And the other is like talking to them, trying to get something out of them. The one on the ground is a male, the one talking is a female. And as you enter, Iwin immediately recognizes Sorman as the female and goes over and immediately hugs her. And she's like, "Oh, what? Iwin."
Hello, I hear you have a badger problem.
The elf on the ground opens his eyes and looks over to you. You could almost see like the fading of white pupils as they go back to normal as he looks at you, and he says, "Yes, you wanted to help? You are adventure type?"
Yep.
What is your resume like?
I am Everhill the Half-Blooded, Dragon Hunter.
I am Lord Boris Cobalt.
When you say that, you do see like a sense of recognition in his face, and then he gets up and dusts his knees off, and he's like, "Well, the family that pinned that up, they actually moved out last night, sadly. I tried to convince them to stay, but the whole badger thing was a bit too much for them. They have moved on to greener fields, as you humans say."
Neither of us are human, so...
Oh, yes, I forgot. 9 of you are human, actually. Just humans in general, you know, lots of humans. I don't know why I'm becoming Jamaican all of a sudden. But yeah, he's like, well, if you would like to clear the house, I obviously won't pay as much now, maybe about a half, but I will still pay quite a fee. Getting those badges out of the house would make it so we could resell and get some more people into Bassenport.
We'll take care of the
I am
badges.
being knocked.
Pass. Point us in the right direction.
Sorry about that. So, you agree to take out a badger?
Yep.
Is there anything I can provide in the way of supplies, or is your venturing gear enough?
Yeah, where's the house?
Oh, of course. The house is... take a left down the road. First street is Delaire de Lane, and then it's number 69. I swear to God, I'm not fucking with you.
If only Beppis was here.
Seriously. He would have loved the doughy delights. He doesn't say that.
Alright, thank you. And we head out to the house.
Okay. So you want to essentially, like, go to the house.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm quickly trying to make a map when I'm saying things like essentially go to a house.
Well, we could always just call it off before the fight. And
We can be done here if you want to.
so you can build more stuff.
Yeah, and hopefully Andrew will be with us next time. Holy shit, this always happens.
Yeah. So, do we get any XP for making it to Bassenport for doing stuff around here?
I think you guys should. Let's take a look. The whole thing with... You did find who you were looking for, technically. Not everyone you were looking for, but you did find the person you were looking for, so that counts. You didn't end up finding or interacting, really, with the dwarf, but that's okay.
We can always go back.
You guys will get 100 XP each for your interactions.
We only need... Could we get, like, 17 more?
Are you that close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I'm 7 away.
Holy shit.
I'm 17 away.
I think Andrew's like 1,000 away, but it's fine. So yeah, we can end there for now, and
This will give you a chance to make more stuff.
make more stuff. And I pretty much have everything in Bassenport planned out. I just didn't make a map for a house because I didn't think.
I really want to fight that squid.
Maybe you'll get to.
I really
That'd be
want to.
pretty epic.
Yeah.
The final battle is the squid. You get to save the town. I feel like Everhill likes fighting big stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing this as.
Yeah.
If I sort of want to create a backstory for him, but at this point, I don't know. I've already started, and I feel like if I create anything, it's going to be influenced by, you know.
I mean, you can come up with stuff as we go as well.
Fair enough.
Um,
I have sort of. He's now a dragon hunter.
yeah. Like, I think that's
That
become
makes
a
sense.
very important part of his ting. His whole ting.
You mentioned there's a dragon flying about that needs to be hunted. He'll drop everything
I'm
else.
the man.
I might be in the middle of trying to save the world from this dude, but there's a dragon? Fuck that dude. Where's the dragon?
So, was it like doable enough without Andrew? I guess pretty much.
Yeah. We didn't really fight anyone. That's what made it better.
Yeah, true. There was a couple
We had,
of close
yeah, like
encounters, but
2 encounters.